My dear friends, we are back with a new video tutorial regarding general intelligence or test of reasoning, you can say. This is part 1 of this video. We will be doing many more later on. If you support me, then we can do it within a short span of time. Only if you support me, okay? Now if you don't subscribe, don't share my videos, then it will be very difficult for me to continue like this. And a good news for you, please check it out that how many times have I spoken the word figure. Please check it out, and at the end of the video please mention the number of times I have used the word figure, so that an award will be announced, one who gets it all correct. Okay, so these are the figures regarding Railway Recruitment Board, SSC, IBPS, Bank PO, Civil Services, etc. etc. There are many more, RBI Officers Exam, and many more. So here we are going to discuss about the figures. What kind of figures? Count the number of squares, count the number of rectangles. There are questions like this. Very often we have to face this kind of questions in the exam. So we are back to the video now. Let's come over here. This is the basic figure. The first one is the basic figure. We have to find the number of squares in this. So how many squares are here? In this figure we have to find number of squares. How many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4 and this one. So number of squares is 5. Okay, total number of squares is 5 over here. Now find the total number of rectangles. This is rectangle number 1. This is rectangle number 2. This is rectangle number 3. And this is rectangle number 4. Bas, that's it. No, this is rectangle number 5. The square is also a rectangle. So number of rectangles is also 5 over here. Fine. I hope you are understanding. Now this is the basic figure. We have to consider whatever figure we are counting, we have to consider the basic figure. So this is another figure, figure number 2. Here we are having 3 basic figures like this. One over here, another, and the third one over here. So there are 3 basic figures. How many rectangles will be here? In this figure we have 5. In this figure we have 5. In this figure we have 5. So 5 into 3, 3 times 5, that means we are having 15 rectangles in this. Now this is figure number 3. In this figure we are having how many times this? This is number 1, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times and 5 times. So we are having 5 times. That means the total number of rectangles in this 5 times is 5 into 5, isn't it? That's not all. This rectangle has been used twice, once over here, once over here. This rectangle is also similar. It has also been used twice. This one has also been used twice. And this one has also been used twice. So here we are having a basic formula. What is that basic formula? The total number of rectangles. The total number of rectangles total rectangle in the figure, TRF. Total rectangles in the figure. How many? Minus, we have to subtract this. So how many figures are there? Total basic figure is TBF. So total number of rectangles in the figure minus total basic figure minus 1. So what is the total number of rectangles in this figure? 25 minus total basic figure is 5. 5 minus 1, 4. That means 25 minus 4, that is 21. So here we are having 21 rectangles in this. I hope you have understood this, isn't it? Now figure number 4. Here we have to count the number of rectangles. So how many rectangles are over here? First we have to find the number of rows. This is number of columns. And this is number of rows. Okay. So column number 1, column number 2, column number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. And here we have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So what you have to do in order to find the total number of squares over here, or total number of rectangles over here, what we have to do? This is 6 and this is 4. So number of columns into number of rows. 6 into 4. 6 4s are 24. Now 1 less than this, 1 less than this. That means 5 into 3. 5 3s are 15. 1 less than this, 1 less than this. 4 2s are 8. 1 less than this, 1 less than this. 3 1s are 3. We have to stop at the point where at least one of them, either this or this, comes 1. So we have to stop up to here. Now we have to add this. So 24 plus, here we have 8 plus 3, 11. 11 plus 15 is 26. 26 plus 24 is 50. Here we have got 50 squares, that means 50 rectangles. And then how many over here? This is number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here we have 4 squares. So 4 squares means all these 4 into 5, we have got 4 5s are 20. So total number of squares in this figure, we are finding total number of squares in this figure. Total number of squares is 50 plus 20, 70. What have we done over here? We have multiplied the column into rows. Column into rows, this is column, this is row. So 6 4s are 24. And we have to minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Here also minus 1, minus 1. We have to halt till 1 is reached in at least one of the rows or the columns. Then we have come to a standstill. This is the number of squares in whole figure, that is 50. And the number of squares in each of these, in the basic figure we have seen how many squares are there? There are 5. So total number of squares is 5. 5 into 4 is 20. So 50 plus 20 is 70. Now in this figure, we have to find 3 things. The total number of squares, total number of rectangles, and total number of only rectangles. Friends, we know that rectangles, squares are also rectangles. So this rectangle means square plus rectangle. And only rectangle means only those figures which are only rectangles. They are not squares at all. In this case, again we have to count the number of columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the number of rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in case of squares, what we have to do? First is 7 into 5, rows into columns. 7 5s are 35. 1 less, 6 into 4, 24. Then 5 into 3, 15. Then 4 into 2, 8. Then 3 into 1, 3. Now 24 plus 15 plus 8 plus 3 is 50. We have already counted. The 50 plus 35 is 85. So total number of squares is 85. Now how to count the total number of rectangles in this figure? Just simply add them up. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, 15 plus 6 is 21, 21 plus 7 is 28. Now here we have 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15. So 15 8s are 120, 12 in hand, 15 2s are 30, 30 plus 12 is 42, 420. So there are, how many rectangles are there? This is rectangle including squares, okay? So there are 420 rectangles in this. Now if we have to count the number of only rectangles, in case of only rectangles, we have to subtract 420 minus number of squares, that is 85. When we subtract 85, how many? This is 5, this is 3, this one, $335, isn't it? So number of only rectangles here is 335. How did we calculate? The total number of rectangles including square is 420 and only square is 85. So 420 minus 85 is equal to 335. So I think you have already counted the number of times I have spoken the word figure. Please figure it out and then send it to me in the comment section so that we can declare the prize right away. Okay, and do subscribe and comment on the channel so that I can make better videos next time. Right? So thank you and best of luck.